Hearing on Capitol Hill. Joining us this morning for more is Wisconsin Congressman and member of the House Judiciary Committee, Scott Fitzgerald. Congressman, good morning. Nice to have you on. I saw you yesterday questioning the Attorney General. Each member of the House was given 5 minutes. The AG defended a recent school board memo that asks the Attorney General to basically weaponize the FBI and the DOJ against what the memo called domestic terrorists, basically millions of moms and dads across this country. The priorities of the DOJ seemed really out of whack to me. What did you make of his appearance yesterday?
I was shocked, I guess, from the beginning at how he dodged so many of the questions that were asked by members by just saying that I have no knowledge of that. I really haven't looked into that. I mean, you would think that this guy was not running the department at this point. I think a lot of the members on Judiciary that I spoke to afterwards were very disappointed that he wasn't able to answer the vast majority of the questions that were asked by the Republican members.
Yeah, I would agree. He seemed confused, and quite frankly, he seemed misinformed at times about the actual facts. And this is the top law enforcement officer in our country. The AG also denied claims that the DOJ would label parents domestic terrorists, despite what that memo indicated on October 4th. Take a listen.
I do not believe that parents who testify, speak, argue with, complain about school boards and schools should be classified as domestic terrorists or any kind of criminals. Parents have been complaining about the education of their children and about school boards since there were such things as school boards and public education. This is totally protected by the First Amendment.
Congressman, your reaction? Do you think that the Attorney General will stay out of these school board meetings?
I don't, and I think that there absolutely is somebody at that department that is motivated by the idea that, you know, as long as the National School Board Association thinks it's a good idea, we should be moving in that direction. And the memo itself, I mean, he tried to dismiss it on numerous occasions by saying, you know, listen, this isn't what we meant, or, you know, that's not what it says, but we read the memo. I mean, everybody in Judiciary saw it in early October, and we were like, this is unbelievable that they're actually threatening school board members and parents that would dare to show up at a school board meeting. So, you know, the way he handled it, I think it was fumbled on numerous occasions. We repeatedly asked the same question, kind of in a different form from member to member, just to see if there was some way that he could explain it, but he failed to do that yesterday at all.
I was wondering what your thoughts were. We had the opening remarks by Jerry Nadler, and then Jim Jordan, the Republican, gave his. It was a stem winder. His opening remarks were very, very strong. And then he wanted to play a video, and for some procedural reason, the video was not allowed to be played because a Democrat member objected. I can't find the rule. I've been looking since yesterday afternoon, and no one in this building can find the rule. Where is the rule that says that the members of the House are required to give 48 hours notice to play a video with opening statements? Does that rule exist?
No, it doesn't. And I was part of conversations that we had the day before the hearing. Listen, this thing was all teed up. We knew all we wanted to do was kind of demonstrate and show to everyone that was going to be watching the hearing that, in fact, you know, this is the kind of, you know, debate and discussion that they're afraid of. You know, I mean, I've been to hundreds of school board meetings over the years in many places throughout my districts, and you know, there seems to be, it's his parents grieving. It's parents telling the people that they elected, you know, that we're upset with the moves you're making. That's really what the footage is, and they refused to show that.
Yeah.
And, you know, but here's the problem. I mean, the irony is we've been subject to videos that Jerry Nadler has wanted to show the world. I don't know how many times I've seen video already of January 6th.
Right.
Anytime they want to distract, anytime they don't want to talk about what's important, they roll out the footage. But we couldn't show our footage yesterday.
Yeah, it was. They were trying to hide and censor what the Republican Party wanted to show. You bring up that contrast. It was unbelievable yesterday. It was stark. The Democrats wanted to talk about January 6th. I think a lot of Americans have forgotten about January 6th, and the Republicans wanted to talk about critical race theory, something that affects millions of Americans every single day. Congressman Scott Fitzgerald, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming on this morning. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Good to be with you this morning.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, coming up tomorrow on Wake Up America, we've got Wake Up America Weekend, 7 a.m. to